If you're in the early days of launching your coaching business, I think one of the best things that you can do to get clients faster is layer intimacy into your marketing. And this is something I've been experimenting with, and I'll share with you exactly what I mean. So let's say you're making content and you have a number of people who you see are routinely engaging with the content that you put out. So one of the best things you can do is actually reach out to those people in the DMs and kind of see, hey, what's their situation right now? What might they need help with? What are some of their goals? Do they have a need for coaching? Or you can set things up for a longer term relationship and send them valuable content and kind of keep conversations going to build more familiarity and build intimacy with you as a coach who they might hire in the future. So I think this intimacy is super powerful to have, and it's also a huge competitive advantage because a lot of coaches who are more established either have platforms that are big enough that they don't need to do all this personal outreach, like they have enough inbound leads or they have enough calls booked on their calendar, or whatever the reason is, they just don't bother with a lot of manual outreach and sending DMs to people. However, if you're just getting started, if you can handpick a few highly qualified people who you could help as a coach, then that is going to accelerate your ability to get clients faster. So here's a few forms of intimacy, right? Let's say you make a training and you can create a post on Facebook, for example, and I've been doing this, it works fantastic. And you say like, hey, who wants a copy of my training on how to nail your niche, for example? And obviously you make a training that fits your niche, of course. But anybody who comments yes, you can reach out to with a DM, and then you can just have kind of an open conversation and see where it goes. So one option is to potentially see if they're ready to get on a call. Another option is to maybe send them some more valuable content or invite them to another live training you do in the future or a masterclass that you do. And each conversation is different, so be a human, enjoy the process, have a fun conversation with them, and be open-minded to see where it goes. Like, don't have an agenda. So I find this type of intimacy is really powerful to layer into your marketing and help speed up the process of somebody getting to know you, somebody trusting you as their mentor, and creating a possibility for them to become a client in the future. And again, we're not going into it with an agenda. We're going into it with this idea of, how can I best serve this person? Where's this person at in their journey? Do they even need my help? Is this an outcome I can help them with? And again, just having an open conversation can really help. So layering intimacy onto your marketing is a huge competitive advantage, especially in the early days. So outside of a two-step post, another way you can do this is by seeing like who's viewing your stories most often, or who's showing up to your lives and engaging with you there, or who's engaging with your content most often, who's replying to the emails that you send. These are all ways to layer intimacy into your marketing and personal connection. Now, you can also invite people to reply to your emails. So if you're doing email marketing like me, you might, say, would love to hear your thoughts on this. How would you go about XYZ? And see who responds. Sometimes, I get a lot of people who reply to my emails without even me prompting it, which is a great sign. People share, that was a really inspiring message, or thanks for sharing this. It's exactly what I needed to hear. Or my wife and I were literally just having a conversation about this the other day. So it can be all types of things that people reply to. And it's beautiful to have a very direct way of nurturing them versus like letting your content do all the lifting and just being like, okay, people are following me and they're going to get nurtured by my content. That works. It's also slower. So if you can layer on more personal connection, more intimacy with your audience, that's really going to help you warm people up to you quicker and attract more clients in the long run. So again, if you're in the early days, Intimacy is your best friend. You can find ways to layer that in, encourage people to interact with your posts, your emails, encourage people to interact with your lives, and be sure to make invitations for people to take next steps with you when they're ready. So that's it for this walk and talk. Layer on intimacy in your marketing. It's going to be your best friend to help you get clients faster, especially in the early days. All right, ciao, ciao.